That right there. Beautiful, huh?
Maybe you want to just tell me what you think of those.
These are Carson City, I think.
But it's an awfully light coin.
This is like the gold standard, isn't it?
No.
No?
No. Get ready to be flabbergasted. This right here is a 1994 quarter. They've made these modern quarters test like silver ones. Some might say that this is the ultimate counterfeit.
Introducing the first ever 5-ounce silver maple leaf coin from the Royal Canadian Mint. A historic release with an iconic design that is available in a stunning 5-ounce format for the first time ever. Don't miss your chance to own a piece of minting history, available exclusively at sdbullion.com.
Here, let me just scroll through this.
Yankee was like, ooh, silver.
I'm a little distracted, okay? A lot of beautiful silver items. Actually, I brought in a bag that I'd like you to take a look at. That right there.
Ooh.
A bag of silver I got. What do you think?
Feels pretty heavy.
Yeah, I know, right? Open it up. I'm very curious to hear what you have to think, what you think of these. Beautiful, huh?
They look thinner than usual. Are these fakes, Yankee? There's something funny going on here.
I received this from a gentleman from the community. He sent me this bag of silver Morgans. They're really good dates, too. I mean, really, really good dates. Check out the dates. Yep.
Higher pitched sound. Sounds kind of coppery.
Well, you're trained ear.
Let's get a real Morgan and compare the difference.
That's a great idea.
Let me just do that. And as soon as Yankee handed me this, I looked at it, and it looked like it was thinner. Like if you look at these, some of them look thinner than the others, that there's some variance to them. And then also, take a look at the weight. This thing weighs 20 grams. 20 grams. Okay?
That's
now,
light, isn't it?
here's an actual Morgan, and it weighs
Wow.
26.2 grams. And if, for example, this had been highly worn, extremely highly worn, at this thing, you'd have to be completely slick on both sides and to even weigh as little as that. You can do the pocket pinger, and there's an app with your phone, and you press the button, and you fling the ping, and then it says either it's a match or not to what you're testing for.
Right.
So we got that one there.
Yeah. All right.
These are fake. You've been taken. The guy who sent you these as a gift, I wouldn't invite him to the Christmas party.
All right.
Maybe he doesn't know. So this is definitely a fake Morgan. Now, is it fake silver? Now, that's a good question, but it didn't sound right to the pinger, but it could also be because it's thinner, but because it's so much lighter. Let's see what the Sigma has to say about it. Note that the Sigma is not 100% accurate. It's good for pure metals. It has a little more trouble with 90% in alloys, so we don't use it by itself for those metals. We combined it with a weight test or a ping test or a secondary test.
This is like the gold standard, isn't it?
No.
No?
No. No, because...
I mean, you're paying for it.
You want to see...
cheap.
I'm going to show you something that's going to blow your mind after this. Pre-1900 silver, it's outside of the box. So now here's an actual Morgan. See how it's inside of the box on the Sigma?
Yeah, I see it.
Depending on how aggressive we want to get, we could put a gouge on it and see if there's copper underneath.
I want to see what's in this thing.
Do you want to see what's
Sure,
inside of it?
I don't care. I mean, again, they were given to me from someone in the community. He doubted they were real.
But also, let me show you something else, Yankee.
Carson City.
All right. So get ready to be flabbergasted. This right here is a 1994 quarter. And looking at the side of it, you can see that it is a copper clad.
Oh, yeah.
Are you with me so far?
I am. I'm with you.
Now, get ready. Here we go.
No way.
The Sigma says it's silver, 90%.
I don't believe this. It's. What's going on here, Dave?
So, the Sigma is testing for electrical resistance and impedance within the metal sample. It's not here to tell you what the metal is, but only to verify that it falls within the characteristics of that particular metal. In the case of these modern coins, the US Mint intentionally made them with a particular alloy of metals that is a match to the old silver ones. Now, one might argue that was because if you put it in different machines, it still wanted it to recognize it as an official US quarter.
Right.
However, some might say that this is the ultimate counterfeit, that the US Mint and the Federal Reserve is the best counterfeiters on the planet, that they've made these modern quarters test like silver ones. And so it's quite amazing. And so this is one of the vulnerabilities of this machine. So if you are trying to use your Sigma to identify which 90% coins are silver and which coins are clad, don't. Don't use this machine for that purpose. This machine is great for pure silver and pure gold as a non-destructive test, but it has some vulnerabilities, and one of the top ones is that it will test these clad modern quarters, dimes, and halves, and it will say that it is 90% silver. So now if you weigh this, you'll see it weighs less than a silver quarter. If you ping this, you'll see it doesn't ping like a silver quarter. So those are ways to identify. So Sigma, we use this device a lot, but for pure silver, pure gold, it's great that way, but not for these coins. I do not believe any of their machines can get past this. Now they have other ones that have more flashy lights and more dials and stuff on them. I actually don't even like that one. I like this because it's the most simplistic and I think just equally as effective. If you really want to know these, you look at the sides of them. Look at the sides of them.
That's a quick and easy
It's a really
way to
fast
determine,
way.
right? Yeah.
Put a stack of them in your hand and look for the one that doesn't have the copper sides. That's a really good way to do that. Fire assay is still the gold standard of determining the composition of a metal. And a fire assay can, when well executed, can give you to the 10,000th part of the metal composition.
So Dave, you're a minter. You've got furnaces. You know how to make beautiful silver rounds, especially the silver bits. So you understand all that. The regular stacker's not going to know what a fire assay is or how to perform it, or
he shouldn't. You need a laboratory, you need a foundry, not something you're going to do at home. But you can. You're always welcome to bring the items into us and have us take a look at them and tell you whether it's what type of metal it is. We also have a numismatic expert who's here right now in the back, and he's identifying coins. He can tell the difference between a coin that's a fake coin, but that's real metal, or that's fake metal and a fake coin. Both of those things exist.
Could we talk with him?
I think so. Yeah, he's a little shy, but I think he loves
What would you think of these Carson City Morgans?
Oh man, I don't think he's going to like them very much. So why don't I introduce you to Bob? And also I'm going to bring these coins over so we can show it to him. I hope he doesn't
throw up.
Don't say he's not going to like these. All right, I'm not going to tell him anything. I'm just going to show it to him and say, hey, what do you think of these? And he's going to think I'm an idiot that I didn't already notice, but fine.
If Bob is as good as you say he is, he's instantly going to know, right?
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bob, excuse me to interrupt, but can I show you these coins? And maybe you just tell me, there's some in the bag here. Maybe you want to just tell me what you think of these. This one is from that.
Okay.
Maybe you want to just tell me what you think of those.
These are Carson City, I think.
They're very bright white, that's for sure. And I'm not seeing many marks, but it's an awfully light coin. And design elements are suspect. So normally when I pick up a coin, if there's something wrong with it immediately, I can tell that there's something wrong with it. I may not be able to identify what it is initially. I have to look at it a little bit more closely and do a little research. But on these, I can tell that the design elements are off and the weight is off from just handling them. And then they all look the same, right? They have different dates, but they have the exact same patina and wrong design elements on every coin. So, yeah. No good. You want to see a real one?
Yeah.
Is it safe, by the way, is it safe to say that these not only are all fakes, but that they're all fakes made by possibly the same die at the same place? Or
Well,
the same fake maker?
Well, there are different punches for the dates, clearly, but yeah, everything else is the same.
You said that's a key date or rare date or something about
Well,
the
the
date.
79 was this here is a very rare date, especially in that condition.
Is that what counterfeiters usually go after? Rare
Not necessarily.
dates?
No,
No?
not necessarily. Sometimes they put things out there that they think are below suspicion.
Oh.
Yep.
I always thought they would go after the biggest bang for the buck.
Oh, those get the highest scrutiny, so no. That 80cc is a tough one. 83 is a common. See, but if you look, they all have the same patina, the same finish, the same look. And, a 93, yeah, this would be if this were a real 93 Carson City and it were bright white with those few marks, you're talking about a coin worth over $25,000. Yeah. Yeah. So interestingly, I have a friend who does antiques who occasionally picks up some coins for me from a bullion shop down in Massachusetts or estate sales. And he was really excited last year when he sent to me this Carson City dollar that he thought was a real good buy and worth a lot of money. And I take it out of the bag, and it ended up being an 1886 Carson City. So I had to call him and explain to him that he needed to get a red book because Carson City didn't mint any silver dollars in 1886.
Wow.
I think, Yankee, you said that you would want to see what's on the inside of this.
Yeah, I
see if
did.
it's got copper filling.
Yeah, I don't
there's
ca-
cream filling.
I don't
there's
care if you
copper
rip it
filling.
apart. I don't care what you do with that
So,
thing.
Justin, do you mind gouging this thing?
Gouging it.
Give
Cut
us
it in
the
half.
gouge.
Put it on a bandsaw if you want.
We don't have our bandsaw here at the showroom, unfortunately. So, you want to do the honors, and then we'll have, meanwhile, Bob will tell us, go deep as you can.
Deep as I can.
Deep as you can. I'd put it right on the edge of the table. All right, and so now, back to you,
he
Bob.
does that. Show us the real McCoy here.
All right. So many Carson Cities were found in bags stored away in the Treasury in the 70s and sold as part of the General Services or the Government Services Administration sales in the 70s and early 80s. And they packaged them in these slabs, big plastic slabs, and these boxes with their own certificate of authenticity. And this particular coin is an 1883 Carson City. It's one of the more common ones. It grades kind of on the lower end of uncirculated, probably an MS62. Has a book value of about $275, $280.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, if this were the 79 Carson City and one of these holders, it would be worth much more. Yeah, 290, 295, yeah.
Wow.
Bob knows his stuff here.
Bob knows his stuff. Bob's been doing numismatic coins longer than I've been alive. I hate to date him like that.
Thanks.
Back during, what was it like during the Civil War?
I've been a collector for about 67 years. So,
He's been a collector for
Yeah.
67 years.
yeah. And, but, it wasn't continuous by any means. I'd step away from it for a while and then come back to it. But since retiring from my real job a couple of years ago, I've gotten more into it. So.
Great. Well, Justin, I hear you've stopped.
I've stopped. I think that's deep enough, right?
What do you think?
Okay, so first, I don't see
Let's hide this
like
one.
a copper, directly copper color.
He's gonna do that to that
And
one?
it doesn't quite look like silver. So I don't see a blatantly obvious copper color. But what I do see is not quite a silver color either. I suspect this is some kind of an alloy. And I think that the next thing we could do, if we really want to know,
Yeah.
is put some acid on it.
You and the acid.
Acid. Acid is very reliable, and it really gives us some good data. So depending on, do we want to know? I would say that I want to know if this has got silver in it. If this has silver in it, it's worth something. They make fakes that are made of silver. It's a fake coin, but real silver, in which case it could be still worth something.
What's your favorite coin, Bob? Your just all-time favorite. You just loved it and still do.
1795 silver dollar. It has a small hole in it, and it has the name Solomon inscribed in beautiful script in the field on the obverse. I believe it was probably used as a dog tag by a soldier in battle during the 1800s.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's in your collection?
that's in my collection, yeah. Yeah. That's my favorite.
So it gave me that orange, which is usually nickel, and the blue, which is usually copper. These coins are fake, and they're not silver.
Yeah, there is a non-destructive method for determining the metal content in these, and X-ray fluorescence. The instruments are very pricey, at least good ones are. There are cheap ones on the market, but good ones cost a lot of money.
Non-destructive. No
So,
acid for you.
XRF machine.
Yeah,
We are interested in buying one if we can find one that's good quality. We do think they're about $100,000, but we do want one.
$100,000?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll stick with the pinger.
You could bring me that instead. Yeah. The pinger, yeah. So if you are, if you don't want to spend $100,000, I would get a pinger, a scale. The two of those things could work really good. Just that combination, the scale or the pinger, and together are going to rule out most fakes.
Excellent. Yeah,
Well, these can be used as an educational tool.
Yeah.
You can educate potential customers and sellers about fakes using these.
I love it. Thank you. And I think we're going to be back. We'll talk more, Bob, I'm sure. Is there anything else you're looking at right now that you're trying to grade or determine?
Nothing very interesting. This is mostly bullion material here, with the exception of the Carson City. Years ago, there was a gentleman at the Davisville Flea Market. He was a regular customer of mine. And one morning, he comes walking across the field, and he had a smile on his face, and he slapped a tube of Morgan dollars on my table, and he said, "Here, I have a present for you." And I knew right away, and I looked at him and said, "Al, you didn't." And he says, "Yeah, I did." And I said, so what happened? He goes, "Well, I really should have known if a deal seems too good to be true, it usually is." And it was a roll of fake Morgans. He paid $300 for them, so $15 each, which would have been too good a deal. He should have known.
So you have 3 silver quarters and a silver dime. You got 3 war nickels, which are 35% silver. This one is a 47, so it's not silver. That one I would just spend. And then we'll ask Bob to take a look at these right here and see if there's anything about them. And then we'll come back and make you an offer, and we'll see what you think. Funny die thing.
Just weeks at random ones.
Okay, these two coins are culls because they're damaged. This coin has no significant numismatic value because it's very common and it's circulated. This coin is a little bit different. It's the first year of issue. It's in 1909, and it has the VDB initials on the back. It's in very nice condition except for a small rim ding. So this coin would have a retail value of about $6.
What is a 1909 SVDB in that condition right down there?
Okay, because of the damage and taking in consideration its condition and rarity, it would still fetch about $1,000.
Do you have a 1909 SVDB in the shop?
Not that I am aware of, no. I could just double check for you, but I don't think so.
The hunt continues for you.
So I can offer you $27.50 for these silver coins. Then on the 3 nickels, I can offer you $6 for these 3. If you want to sell the pennies, 5, 8, 11, 14, 15, 18, 21, 26, 31. There's nickeling, diming, and then there's pennying.
Would you like me to look at those?
You want to take a look? I mean,
But Dave,
they
I
all
have
look
to,
like common.
I have to catch you on these nickels. These are not silver nickels.
No.
They are not silver nickels. So
42?
the quick way of telling.
1942?
The quick way of 42 is a transition year, so they made both the copper nickel and the copper silver manganese nickel. Quick way of checking is turn them over on the reverse, and the silver ones will have an oversized mint mark on top of Monticello.
Like the P or an S
Or a D.
Or D. Okay.
Yes. So that one has the mint mark. That one's silver, and you can tell that the color is different as well.
Wow. Well, thanks for telling me now. I should have asked. That's
You should have asked.
I should have asked.
Bob, right?
That's why I'm here, right?
That's why Bob is here. So, this is a $2 one, and then we said $27.50 on these, and then we'll see if Bob says anything about the pennies. But generally, these pennies look like 2.5 cents each to me. And then I know you said the Morgan and the Peace dollar.
Yeah, I'm
you're
gonna
probably
keep
going to keep those,
Right.
but those are worth anywhere from 30 something or more, depending on the rarity and
Yeah,
there's
they're not
30
scarce.
something dollars
No,
worth
they're
of
worth it.
silver.
Yeah, in fact, they're culls, so they're worth silver, essentially.
Okay.
Yeah, they're too banged up to be worth anything numismatically, so. But I always check to see if there's a 55 double die in here, but there is not. So, these have a retail of about 5 cents a coin. And for this, I look for a 43D over D, but I need the magnifier for this. Let me get that.
Yeah, I had quarters, dimes, and nickels, but my brothers wanted them. When I left the house, they spent them on candy, I think.
That's not uncommon. What has been one of the best finds? Do you have something in mind, or do you remember
At
that?
Davisville Flea Market, I had somebody bring me an 1856 Flying Eagle cent, and there are about 1,000 of those known.
Did you start to sweat?
I sent it in to get it authenticated and graded for them, and then a few months later, I bought it from them, yeah.
How much is a coin like that worth?
Well, it was a details coin. It came back as having been tooled, so the surface was messed with a little bit. So that knocks down the value a little bit. If it's straight graded, a VF, it'd be about an $11,000 coin. I ended up giving $6,000 cash, and then a couple other coins that the guy wanted in trade. So.
Great.
So I can offer you $3.95 for the pennies if you want to sell them, and then I can offer $27.50 for the 90% silver coins, and then $2 for the war nickel. And this penny is
The 1909.
this is the 1909. This is the one that was $6 retail. We haven't had, people have not come in to buy numismatic coins. They've only come in to sell them to us.
Isn't that amazing?
The coin collecting has become much less of a thing, but because pennies are going away, it's possible there may be a reemergence of coin collecting over the next few years. But that $6 is a retail price, not what we would pay for it. We'll be lucky if we got $6 for it. If you want to sell it, I will offer you $2 for it, which I was going to say $1, but I want to be, generous.
Wow, it's interesting to hear Silver Dave with that customer saying, you can't sell numismatic coins? Is that true? If you had a 1909 S VDB in your shop, would you not be able to sell something like that?
I think that one we would be able to find a customer for. There are some of those types of coins everyone's looking for, the most desirable. So it's probably like the top 10% of numismatics. The problem is the vast majority of it, there aren't many collectors for. So it takes a long time to find buyers for the majority of it. Lots of people are coming in trying to sell them. Unfortunately, we can't offer them what we would like to. It would be better if there was a healthy coin collecting marketplace and ecosystem. That would be better, but just the market's shifting. You know, people are collecting things like NFTs, Pokemon cards. They're not collecting coins like they used to in previous generations, and that's just a shift in our culture, a shift in, you know, it's reflective of broader cultural trends, but also mint sets. And we are giving them away.
What?
Yeah, just your typical mint set. Like this, we kind of just stack them up in here. We have to consolidate how we display them. We want to put them on display so folks know what we have, but unfortunately we have boxes and boxes full in storage. And more often than not, we're selling them by the box for pennies on the dollar, maybe just the face value of the coins, or end up giving them away. I like to give them away to children who can use them to learn. I think that's the best use case for them these days. I, give to my niece and nephew some mint sets and, slabbed coins. That don't have much precious metal value. I'm also giving them silver.
Of course you are, Mike.
Every birthday, I give them 1 ounce for each year they've been alive, and it's starting to get a lot more expensive as time goes on. But yeah, so we do have a few. Like these are probably unfortunately the lowest. Oh, geez, I don't know about these prices, might need to be updated, but you can take a look at least what we have here, and, it's probably every few months I pull 1 or 2 things out of this case to sell. So we're happy to move it at a good price in terms of numismatics, coin collectors. They can find a really good price on the things they're looking for if they're interested.
It comes to a whopping $33.45 if you want to sell it, or you just keep it for your personal collection.
Yeah, I'll hang on to it. I was hoping for a little more than that.
Yeah. I would keep these because I think in a few years, if coins go away entirely out of the financial system, which they probably will, then this could be worth more money. And the silver price may go up. This may be worth more money. If it was me, I would keep it.
Yeah.
And if that's what you want to do, I think, and you got those nice coins, the Morgan and Peace dollar you're saving, you said, for your offspring. I would do that with this too.